guys. I'm happy to be alive. No job and no fire. We've been through so much and still growing shine.
This is Queen YoNasDa and
it's Big Don right here.
And this is the first episode of Kingz N Queenz TV, and it's starring myself and
Don.
And basically what this is all about is relationships, love, lust, and lies, and family ties.
It's real.
And so basically, you know, it's just like the lives of me and Cappadonna and what we go through, and hopefully, inshallah, by God's grace, that, you know, what we go through will help you guys out. And you know, we're both motivational speakers, rap artists, teachers, parents, mothers, father,
brothers, sisters, uncles, cousins.
so you guys will be able to relate to all of that. So right here, we're sitting here just going over some music that we're doing, because Kingz N Queenz album is coming out. We recorded, like, how many songs, babe?
Thousands.
So you guys will have, you know, a little snippet of that until it drops or whatever, but just more behind the scenes of what we do and what we go through and everything. Is there anything you want to talk about?
A message to the black man.
Anything about what certain things that we build about? I mean, we stay up all the time just talking. Communication is the key in any relationship. I mean, we talk to like 3, 4 in the morning. We love to talk, right?
Yeah, you know, we conversationists, and you know, knowledge is infinite, so we always got something to talk about, good, bad, ugly, whatever.
So is there anything you want to share what we was just talking about recently?
Well, I just want to share the fact, you know what I'm saying, with the brothers and sisters, you know, the upcoming Kings and Queens, is that, you know, through trial and error, you know, we learn a great deal of things in life, and that the main thing about, you know, the struggle is surviving. It's about surviving the struggle. You know, you could go through things in life that appear to be harsh, or some of the kind of things that, you know, these harsh realities we create on ourselves, you know what I mean? But it's getting through them in the various ways that we go about it that makes us successful in being able to overcome these obstacles, man, in life. It's just that, you know, you got to be able to endure. You got to be able to have a keen understanding of what you're going through. You know, you got to be able to take advice and constructive criticism, you know, from various aspects of life, whether it be you know, through a gospel aspect, whether it be through the Quran, whether it be through, you know, elders, or even some of the young generation. Even a dummy could teach you something, you know what I mean? We learn from people's mistakes, and we learn from our ups and downs. For without these trials and tribulations, you know, we won't be able to move forward into, you know, have a beautiful, you know, ending. You know what I'm saying? A beautiful, how would I say, a beautiful input, or an outlet, or a means of you know, growth and development.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Without these trials and tribulations. So it's the more you endure, you know what I'm saying, the stronger that you be able to overcome obstacles, whether it be in the relationships, you know what I'm saying, which is the most important relationship between man and woman, relationship between brother and sister, and father and mother, etc., etc.
Right.
But, you know, just that main thing is being able to forgive and to be able to push forward. You know, it's like we ain't gonna never really forget. I mean, we practice forgetfulness, you know what I'm saying, but there's some of these things, you know, history is something that is required so that we don't make the same, you know, mistakes in life in our future. You know what I'm saying? Because the future is really a mystery, you know.
And like, we've been together for 5 years, and so this is not like, I mean, shout out to all the people that have been married and or in relationships for 10 years plus, but 5 years, some people can't even make it past 6 months sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So we've made it 5 years, and we've been through hell, love hell and right. Is that what you be saying, babe?
Yeah, love hella right. You gotta love and then go through hell in order to come out right. That's
And we still trying to make it come out right. And this is just real. You know, this is real right here. This is reality. You know, earlier we was watching the Huxtables and seeing them get down, but this is reality.
right. And you know, there's strength in numbers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just learned that, you know, that togetherness and a lot of my past relationships was maybe 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And I would like to believe that I gave to each individual, you know, length and time to understand the value between love, hella right, and, you know, the consequences of not being able to overcome.
Right. Don't you think like the best thing is friendship?
I believe that all relationships should definitely start out with friendship, because friendship, what it does is it builds a mutual understanding and a mutual trust. It gives you a chance to know a person, you know what I'm saying, as an individual before you can be, you know, become a partner with this person or even become a better friend, or what they consider nowadays a best friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely good to express to each other various issues and various things in life, and to be very open up front, so that, you know, the future, you know, won't be so much affected by, you know, our shortcomings as individuals.
Right. So that's us, and we'll be taping some more stuff of us out and about. We love to go on long walks.
Long walks in the park,
Long
especially
walk.
around the water.
Yeah.
I love water.
Yeah, we love long walks in the park. I think that it's really important to spend certain times with your loved one, and, you know, just certain things, you know, despite forget the clubs and all that stuff, just some alone time with one-on-one, you know, and do things like that or whatever. The world doesn't revolve around, even though we're both artists, we're not of the world.
Right, we're of the spirit.
We're of the spirit. So we're not of the world. You won't think that, you know, that we'll be the typical, you know, two artists in the music business that's doing like typical things. You know, you'll see us in the parks, spending time with our children.
We do a lot of movies. I love
Yeah.
the movies, you know what I'm saying? They're educational, and some of them are very prophetic. And, you know, we do church, we do the mosque, and, you
Yeah.
know, we spend a lot of time at the home front, which is the main church and the main mosque. You know, I mean, that's where, you know, all of the meditating and you
Yeah.
know, all of the private things, and, you know, everything is done there, and all of the upbringing with our children and our ideas. You know what I'm saying? So home is definitely very, very, very important to us. And also, like, you know, like Queen said, you know, I'm not really trying to be seen of men. We're not trying to be seen of men. You know, we know the value of fellowship and
Right.
everything like that. But we have a lot of more meaningful times just being together amongst each other, and,
Right.
and meditating on the things that we want to do for our family, and the proper upbringing and the order of man, woman, and child, you know.
Right. And I think also too is just knowing to separate, you know, family and career. And even if you're doing a career with your family member or something like that, being able to keep that, you know, separated. You know what I'm saying? And we're still learning from that. Like, we're still learning on how to be able to make that happen, but it's a process.
Right. And also, you know, we've been meditating and considering friends, and, you know, their limitations and
Right.
the value of friends. And, you know,
Right.
we don't mix too many of our friends together and bring them into our personal relationships. You know, there's a time for a relationship, and there's a
Right.
time for friends. You know, we choose
Right.
our friends wisely and very, you know, lightly.
Right.
Like, you know, I'm not one for crowds. I'm not really a crowd person, you know, and I try to instill that, you know, in my queen as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when we are amongst the crowd, you know, whether we together or as individuals, we conduct ourselves like we are together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because friends, you know, sometimes have a way of manipulating relationships, and giving false doctrine
Right.
to your to your queen or to your king.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In each one's absence.
Yeah.
As well as in each one's presence.